Number 2, Vamana was the first pick for the Warriors, and surprise, surprise, their first pick again. I imagine if something's going to change in that route, it's going to be the Gladiators forcing it. Aphrodite, Hebo, Hercules were what they banned last time. I'm not seeing a lot of wiggle room. At least in the bans from the Gladiators. Maybe they can find something to get rid of the Vamana. Serket, Nox, Agni. That's what the Warriors got rid of. So far, we're finding 3 for 3 out of the first 3 bans that come through. Let's make it 4 for 4. Aphrodite and Hebo did change places for the Gladiators, but they were both still in the top 3. So, Trelly, if we're just going to go ahead and read down the line. This was an Agni, which actually kind of caught me off guard the first time around.
Yep.
Agni, not necessarily a huge ban in comparison. Last one was the Hercules. They're going to go for the Horus this time. Change up the Gladiator strategy.
Now we'll do a change-up, and that's what I was thinking as well. Because when you ban the Agni there, you force Snoopy onto Merlin. He ends up locking the Merlin and looking good on it. So that's why I was a little bit confused. And in this case, they're not going to do that. They're going to change it up and ban the Horus. But now the question is, the Gilded Gladiators have a chance to switch up what the Oni Warriors were looking for last game, and it could be right here where they take that Vamana away. And I would really think that's the way to go. Again, if they were able to stop SOT on it in game number 1, that's one thing. And they were able to kill him a few times, but it just seemed like late game, he was doing too much. And if you have to dedicate your whole team fight to trying to stop one god, it seems easier just to take it away. Unless you're getting something just massive in return. And last time it was the Marty and the Horus, but because the Horus is gone, yeah, you're giving up Marty, but is that the end-all, be-all? Is he just soloing your carries in the backline? More often than not, he's not going to be doing as much as Vamana in this current meta.
Well, they're hovering over. Going into the bank time even for their bans here. When it comes to the most powerful, questions have to be asked, and questions here are answered. Vamana shifted up. So Marty, Hercules, Hell, all still available. And with Vamana banned away, Charlie, the Warriors go to Hell.
They certainly do. That is going to provide...
As in the god, just to be very explicit.
No, they seem fine.
Yeah.
Jake is reclined. I would say that he's as chill as can be at this point. The healing, the cleanses, the damage that this pick can provide. Awesome Jake has been having a good time. So I see no reason why that wouldn't be an early pick. The Hercules Marty is the change-up here for the Gilded Gladiators. Which does mean that if the Oni Warriors want, they could grab the double healing composition, just get SOT on that Guan Yu. He talked to it earlier on, saying that it is just a free pick in that regard. You want that extra sustain, you want that amount of engage or disengage that the Cavalry Charge provides. So if that's the call, we got to see exactly what the Oni Warriors are looking for, because I think Panatom is going to wait until end. That's what he's been doing, right? He's been staying until late game on this pick to try and grab his jungler. The Susana worked out decently well. I think he just wants a counter matchup. He wants to see exactly what the Gladiators go for before he decides to pick his jungle.
Yeah, given their habits, I wouldn't be surprised if this is either a solo pickup plus a carry. Maybe mid-carry if they have something that they really want to highly value into the mid lane. But those have been something they hang on to for a little while. Actually pretty consistently for the Gladiators. With Hebo gone, they don't have as much maybe pressure to lock something in right here. But if you want to strip away another pick, especially after a good performance from Snoopy, like you had said, banning the Agni forced him onto the Merlin. They ignore banning the Agni this time around, but they still take away the Merlin, force Snoopy to play something different, maybe change up their own early game in the process, and get themselves the Kernanos that has just been treating Netroid so well.
Yep. Just a good matchup. You're not going to be looking for too much team fight anyways. You're just like, hey, let's get a good lane matchup into Marty. Let's make sure that we've got that shred. And we saw Netroid go for some aggressive plays in game number 1. So still have no problem there. What does Snoopy go to is the question. With the Merlin taken away, the Agni is still available. But I was going to say, if he doesn't pick it here, it's certainly going to be banned away. And he's not going to get that chance. So they will just be able to grab it before the second wave of bans. And now, both junglers are going to have to sit on the sidelines for a bit, probably taking some bans their way. The mana is already taken, as well as solo lane. It looks like the Gilded Gladiators want to try and focus out. They don't want Sot to get that extra level of healing, and honestly, I tend to agree. The Guan Yu still is extremely annoying.
Well, it's been interesting, especially after the interview. Sot had said, you know, there's like 2-3 picks right now in solo lane that you can play and not feel like you're getting just hardcore bullied. And it kind of feels like most of those have been taken off the board, right? Hercules on one side, yourselves had banned the Horus, now the Guan Yu, the Odin. Definitely starting to limit what we have seen over there. Maybe limit Sot just a little bit. Then Guan Yu, the Odin, as mentioned, banned away. So we'll see where the Warriors go with that. Terra Yamoja on the other side. And Susano locked in. Very surprising, but this is the second time, assuming this is not a support Hercules, that they've saved Inbound's pick for last.
And I guess you could call it unfortunate or fortunate, depending on how the rest of the picks in band goes. I think that Inbound has a wide enough god pool. I believe he went to the Ymir last time in a situation like this, so still has some options in that last pick slot. It's actually a Fenrir Hover, which would be decent for the jungle matchup if you're trying to find Susano and, you know, catch him without beads and look for 1v1s. But does fall off a bit late game, and I think the way that a switch up. I was gonna say the way these games have been going, late game is usually where it goes, and Thor does have a much better time. I think that Thor is still very strong in this meta, especially if you're making use of the wall and Anvil of Dawn, and you know Marty's not gonna like it. You get walled off, you're pretty much forced into death from above. Agni same way, can't get over that wall naturally. So Pantom is gonna get a good option there. Follow that up with a tier, a lot of beads burn. And that bottom two there for the Oni Warriors.
A lot of control that can come, like you said, beads burn potential. Glancing at a quick view this week, Gladiators' win rate against Tier hasn't been too great, but granted they've played it once, right? So it's not going to work too well for them. Plus, ultimately, all their games prior to that had been losses, so not much that we can really hang our hats on in terms of control. Let's talk about this one, though. This Sylvanas would ring out to me, would be confusing to me, if it was literally anyone that wasn't Inbound. But Inbound likes to go back to this pick, has played it incredibly well in the past. In fact, last year, there were definitely some games where Inbound Sylvanas won them a lot of the matchups that they maybe otherwise would have struggled at.
Yeah, I mean, it still does surprise me, not because of any other reason than Sylvanas is just not that strong at the moment, but with healers so prevalent, if you're trying to match the sustain of the Hell, Terra and Yamoja and Horus all taken away, you run out of options. So I think the Sylvanas still does bring a lot to the table initiation-wise, and what you said, if he's able to land those pulls consistently, it can be disgusting for the start of your team fight.
Always a big if, though, right? It is, okay, you locked him in, can you start hitting pulls, and then how consistent it's going to be, how often are they coming up as well, right? Because you could very consistently hit your pulls, but if it's one every 10 minutes, you get 3 in this entire game. That doesn't mean as much, right? So you definitely have to, I think, make your presence known on this pick. Really excited. Always fun to watch Bobby on this pick, but it has been, much like most of his God pool, very back and forth. Sometimes you get the one where it's like, my God, they won the game because of this dude. And sometimes you get the, let's not talk about that one.
I mean, in my mind, Inbound's play style is win the game or die trying. Right? He is
That's
not,
a good way to describe it.
He is not going to sit back and just say, oh, we're losing, I'm going to stay back and defend you guys. He's going to say, all right, if this works, I'm nuts. And he's just going to go in and try and create space. Sometimes it comes off as feeding. Sometimes it wins the game. It's not the best way to play Smite, but sometimes it's what your team needs. And I think with a pick like Sylvanas, that's what we could go for, right? I'm going to step up. I'm going to go for a pull. If I miss, unfortunate, I'd probably die. If I hit, we're winning the team fight.
Yeah, you get a nice displacement. A lot of mobility, though, on the other side, right? Cleanses as well might cause some trouble. I mean, the Hell playing into the Sylvanas, not something that we've gotten to see as often, right? A couple of moments over the last few years where Hell has been absolutely meta. Do you see that being a consistent problem, or is it not as easy to cleanse those pulls as you would maybe think?
No, it is very difficult to cleanse the pulls because you have to know exactly when they're coming and they have to land. And you're still worrying about, that's not factoring in Scary D. The Hercules,
good point.
You got to be having that CC ready as well. The Herc pulls are a lot easier to land. They're going to come out a lot more often. And Hercules can be at the front line, pop his heel, run away, whereas Sylvanas is committed. If he's standing there, he is probably going in.
Trees
So-
don't move that much.
No, they like to stay put if possible. So I'm thinking Jake's job's not going to be easy. He's going to have to stand there in light stance and look for cleanses throughout the entirety of the early game. But if he does, then yeah, he'll be a hero if he's able to cleanse all of them.
Well, I'm excited to see how this one ends up going, right? Like you said, can we see a lot of good cleanses? I'm honestly always happy to see TYR and Thor, but that's just because they're incredibly flashy gods and they're very fun to watch. And on the other side, can we get the pulls from the front line that are necessary? The back line, as we've seen yesterday, and I think we can easily say in Game 1, from the Gladiators, willing to scrap, willing to fight, and can run away with it in the right opportunity. Susano feels pretty carry. Kirmi maybe in the exact position he needs to be in. But they have to figure things out, Trelly, and they have to get themselves in the right mental. And the right mental right now is getting themselves back into the game. We're actually going to kick it to a quick break, but then when we do come back, Game 2 will start. Well, it was a quick break. We're back to jump into this. Charlie, again, interesting matchup. I'm going to just shoot straight with you here. Gladiators yesterday, down 0-1 to the Kings.
Right.
Fight back, admittedly, after the Kings have a massive stumble game 3. Do they do it again? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, well, he says no. We'll find out. Game 2, it's right now.
See if the Gilded Gladiators and what they've drafted, which is a really strong draft. Myth has actually never been a bigger fan of a draft than what the Gilded Gladiators are bringing to the table here.
It's not true.
The question is play on field better? Because the Oni Warriors, up to this point in the year, have been playing better Smite, and they also have a pretty good composition. We were worried about their initiation, Myth, but then they draft a Thor and a TYR, which you were a fan of, and I will say you predicted at least the Thor, not so much the TYR. Is there a clear draft winner in your mind? And do you think that indicates the winner?
In the first 3, for me, I thought the Gilded Gladiators had done enough with their draft to just completely close it out.
Favorite draft of all time?
It's probably... I've got a bit of a bias, Dave.
Okay.
I've got a bit of a bias, and I'm going to admit it now, openly, to you and all that can hear me. I hate Hell Support. I hate it so much. It makes me so mad. I can't imagine how frustrating it is to play with it, because you've spent 10 years playing this game, at least I have, and I'm so used to my support walking up, freezing them, confounding them, rooting them, doing something like that.
Yeah.
Now my support walks up and does 150 damage, then heals me for 100. You know, it's just not the same.
That's a 250 damage swing right there.
It's a 250 damage swing. Play an assassin if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like just do that.
Not what assassins are healing their teammates for 100.
Well, you can get a 250 swing though.
Oh, I see. If you just want 250 damage,
Might as well.
I suppose.
What was I was trying to make a point here.
About the draft.
Yeah, but then the rest of the draft starts to round out for the Oni Warriors. They find the initiation. Panatom, of course, on this Thor has diffed just about every jungler in the league with this pick. And then SOT on the TYR. I'm not a big TYR fan either, just because beads almost invalidates this guy's entire kit. But I'm thinking to myself, getting one person's beads is actually valuable when you have a Thor or a Fenrir or something like that on your team. So that now Pentatom can dunk whoever's beads are down and they're just dead. So I like that for the Oni Warriors.
Whoa.
If only a bit of a question mark elsewhere.
Hear me. Blinks forward. Teleports forward.
Whoa!
Oh, Snoopy steps forward. Pagon does not have the abilities, otherwise Snoopy might have dropped for first blood. Kirby blinks in and whiffs his rotation, and therefore Pagon and Panatom doing A-OK over in the mid lane. Yeah, I think SOT gets a little bit of a TYR buff in my mind. I think that this is a pick that a mechanical and kind of min-max type of player like Sot really does enjoy playing. And something really straightforward in the Hercules for Scary D. Kiri does not go beads early, as we've already talked about having the blink, and Myth could make him a viable option, levels 5 through 12 for Pentatom.
I'm thinking so. Already a pretty decent matchup for Thor. Having that Berserker's Barrage to immune the Typhoon or the pull-in from Kirmi. Very, very good at these small corridor jungle battles. As well as the fact that Panatom has gone for a bit of a difference in the relic department. It's not beads in first slot, it's not blink. You don't normally see blink on Thor, but Aegis instead.
Oh,
and
that's a kill.
Subi dead.
Oh! Almost.
Is he maxing? No, he's got all 3 abilities. If that's 2 points at Hammer, Snoopy's dead.
Wow, it's beads out of Snoopy. And the insta beads maybe just enough to get out of the range for the last tick of damage from the Berserker's Barrage. Now Snoopy, a viable target here in the next couple of minutes or so.
What I wouldn't give to be Panatom right now.
What would you do if you were Panatom?
Farm 2 levels, and then go dunk Kirmi or Snoopy.
And then after that?
If Dunk's back up in time, dunk the other one.
Now say you got about a 500 gold lead after after a couple of those moments. What are you doing after that?
Like me, Panatom, or the team?
Yeah, you Panatom.
I got a 500 gold lead?
Yeah, you going back to base and spending maybe?
Nah, probably not. There's not a lot of items you get for 500.
Jake's in trouble. He is blocked between Stewart and inbound. Horrific Emblem gets used. Could be another first blood for the Gilded Gladiators. Jake, though, with a little heal, needs all of it. Netrioid almost slows his teammate down. First blood to the Gladiators. And
Netrioid might be
Netrioid
dead
not out of
too.
the woods just yet. Pull from inbound. Won't make its way in. And inbound.
What is he saying over there?
I
My
don't
man
know.
he's talking up a
He
storm.
is mocking the camera. Gilded Gladiators grab first blood. However, across the map, Pagon steals away a green buff, and the duo lane of the Oni Warrior steals away a purple buff. So you're given first blood for a couple stolen buffs.
Yeah, I'm not so certain that that's a value trade for the Oni Warriors. Jake getting a bit over-aggressive for my liking on the Hell. Susceptible to plays like that. I mean, after the cleanse, you really have no way to escape situations. Inbound saves the pool until after the cleanse, so clean stuff from him. Jake's got to figure out the positioning on this pick soon. Because one of the weaknesses in game one was a couple of unforced errors from the Hell, getting caught out around Pyromancers or Fire Giants. Now this time at the purple.
You ran into him in the hallway, and you called him on it.
Yeah, you know, more killing, less dying. That's all I said.
Yeah, bold words. Bold words from the analyst.
But you know what he said to me?
What?
You're right.
All right.
He said it just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
That exact intonation?
Every bit of it. You think maybe he was being sarcastic?
Oh, I wonder what he means by that.
There's no subtext. Don't even get in my head with that right now.
I wonder if that's like a be quiet. Like,
He dapped me up, man.
How did he do it?
It was like a top of the fist to the bottom of my fist, and then, you know, a little tap in the middle.
And there was no sarcasm in it?
In the dap?
Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
No, you don't get it. Me and Jake are tight in bro code. All the dudes out there know this one. When we pass each other in the hallway, he nods up, not down.
And you avert your eyes because social
Yeah,
interaction scares you, right?
he's super strong too.
Yeah, he is. Oni Warriors. Myth, this was a lot of what we saw in the first game. Now, it's much less killing at this point in the game. However, it's an early kill and little map pressure for the Gilded Gladiators, but it's been met with nothing but pushback from the Oni Warriors in the farm department. So doing something with those kills is stage number 2 here for the Gilded Gladiators. Hard to do at the 5.5 minute mark. We're just concerned about waves and where you're able to find some invade, something like that. Kirmi was considering a gank over on left. Instead, we'll just head back to base. Aegis for Panatom, as we've mentioned. Kirmi has the blink, as we've also mentioned. Both of those relics up, ready to go, but the Transcendence maybe indicates CC and Lockdown, what both junglers hoping to provide. And Snoopy was able to survive. I mean, Panatom's level 7. There was no Anvil Adon towards mid. I mean, Snoopy, a smart enough player to realize, got to play safe until those beads are back. And it could end up totally surprising us, Smith, after the pace that game 1 set. These teams may end up just chilling for another 15 minutes.
I mean, the Oni Warriors have expressed a bit of discontent with their propensity to go towards game 3s. Perhaps one of the teams in the league right now that has played the most game 3s this year, in spite of an unlosing record. So could be that they're trying to dial things in here and really lock in and find some clean opportunities.
Kirmi's here. Kirmi blinks on Netrioid, who's got beads and turn around. Double knockup from inbound. Saves his jungler's life. Panatom in, misses everything, but should have the kill on the other side, and he does. He'll hammer away. Awesome Jake has got to dodge the pull, but zooms away, so there is no pull attempt. Panatom right on it with the counter gank, and it's jungle traded out for Netrioid.
Looked to me like the Oni Warriors absolutely knew that Kirmi was coming. Netrioid with the instant beads and a turnaround combo. Seems like he thought he had the damage output to just straight up kill Kirmi there, especially with the help of Jake, who's hovering just nearby in the jungle. Instead, it was turned on him. Luckily, Panatom there to clean things up, keep it a bit more even. Nothing gained from either side off the tail end of that one. Unless this neutral objective goes one way or the other, and it will. Panatom, credit for this. And a massive rotation for the good Gladiators. I think they're maybe expecting a bit more of a fight. Maybe weren't expecting Panatom to have cleared it as quickly as he had. I believe Panatom actually maxing out that hammer as well. It's been doing a lot of damage to these camps. Stacking up the Transcendence. It is a hammer max. Could just kill Snoopy here.
It almost did. Snoopy again insta-beats. Luckily for Snoopy, Panatom does not have Anvil of Dawn. Really poor timing, though, for Snoopy, because he's got to go back, and Pagon can continue to expand upon this lead. It's just a one level for now in mid. But the TKO sometimes does the same thing as a kill. It's just Panatom's not getting any of that extra gold and experience, but you're still denying Snoopy what he would have missed anyway. It's nearly a full wave over in mid, except Kirmi was there to soften the blow just a bit.
Kirmi's got to be careful here. I think Panatom's hunting him.
He is. Remember, Kirmi doesn't have beads.
Oh, Panatom wants it bad.
Panatom doesn't have Anvil of Dawn. This is going to be difficult for Kirmi. Hammer.
No way.
My goodness, Berserker's Barrage. The Typhoon right at the end actually knocks up Panatom. Aegis gets used, but rotation from Scary D means an immediate trade kill. Looks like we're fighting on left. Awesome Jake will help steal away the purple buff. A pull, a knock up, and death from above from Stewart means dodge is necessary from Awesome Jake. Horrific
Surely
emblem
not.
might just save his life, but Stu used the beads to cleanse the slow. The Gladiators have picked up 2 kills in return.
Can they get any more on map? Inbound, try and recreate the same play Jake did. Steps up to the purple buff and is able to take it away. So another significant win to the good Gladiators. Rotating very well on map right now. Feels like the Gladiators are playing well around each other, making up for each other's shortcomings on every single one of these engagements as well. That's tough. My heart does go out to Panatom. I believe he's about 3 seconds away from getting that ultimate back. Likely would have got him out of that situation instead. Used the Wing Shard for additional movement to be in the Aegis. The bomb damage from Snoopy, but not enough to buy him an escape path. Not with Scary D as fast on the rotation as he was.
Panatom's strong, though. Call it 10, 11 more stacks on the Transcendence and Kirmi. I mean, you're splitting hairs. We're all going to get fully stacked here pretty quickly anyway. And a tier 2 item also there. But Hydra is feeling like a pretty good tier 2 for Kirmi to add.
If not aesthetically.
If not aesthetically, you're right. For the moment. 30 seconds on Snoopy's beads. Panatom's got ult back, but again, this Agni just has the ability to sit back and clear these waves so effectively. So outside of Pagon stepping forward, maybe baiting in Snoopy, Panatom just hasn't had the opportunity to gank out mid all that much. He's got a stack Transcendence, so there's a small window where should Panatom and Kirmi meet in the jungle, be a nice power spike on one side of things. As we move towards Pyromancer and Gold Fury time, Myth, just cresting that 10-minute mark.
I feel like Panatom probably also would just love to follow Kirmi around the jungle, and an ult combo at this point would straight up kill Susano if you get the full combo out. Jake in some trouble, pulled back in.
Remember, Panatom, though, can re-engage on these fights. Awesome Jake might just be the bait. Dodges out the pullback from Scary D. SOT rotates behind. It's not knocked back to anyone. Pyromancer restarted, but immediately dropped by the Oni Warriors. Both carries were on their rotation in from duo. Pagon pulled back by Kirmi. The fighting continues. Merlin under pressure. Pulled back by Inbound, and a double knock-up yet again, but a double shove from SOT may have delayed this fight out well enough.
Kirmi's won.
Kirmi is so low, and an Anvil of Dawn will catch Scary D after Sot has found the kill anyway.
Bad wall.
Oh no, the wall from Panatom blocked themselves off.
Sot's got it.
Watch out, Sot's got the rotation. A cleave is in, and a double kill follows.
Ooh.
And the Oni Warriors, they will get the Pyro, and they will get 2 kills.
Very nearly found the return kill on SOT there. Inbound, just barely off the mark with his own pull. Will the Oni Warriors keep up their siege? Dash forced, tower down. Snoopy could be in trouble.
Wow, Runic Bomb immediately used.
No hammer?
Surprised. Oh my goodness.
He's stuck.
He's stuck.
Door stuck.
Oh my
No
God.
way.
Sot goes back in. And Snoopy's sad about it. Panatom slams the door shut. And SOT walks through the threshold anyway.
Pagon's been farming
Oni
too.
Warriors have blown this game open.
I mean, that is such a massive turnaround. It's not often that Pyromancer nets you 4,000 gold in the lead. What a massive swing. One poor team fight into immediately another poor team fight. Lose the Pyro, lose your tier 1. And I'm not certain that much could have changed there from the Good Gladiators, because I love the idea from them, the willingness to take the fight, how it had started, the pull into double ultimate from inbound, just so clean. Outplayed by SOT at every turn, though. 2 double pushes with the Fearless. Hard to beat that, especially with all that damage outpouring from Panatom and even Jake to a certain extent in some of these engagements. The Oni Warriors, they are the kings of punishing. Any given opportunity, any small inch, they take a mile.
4v2 about to commence over here on left. Wild Hunt catches both, but Inbound's got to use his ult and trade. This is
bad.
a simple couple of kills for the Oni Warriors. And both of them go to Netrioid, and it's just a clean collapse right as the Gold Fury stands. Looks like the Oni Warriors will be able to extend things out even further. The Gladiators got to have some indication that that's about to happen. Fury's up. You don't know where a couple members of the Oni Warriors are. And it's just been a brutal 2-3 minutes. Another tower on top of it all. You said it well there, Miff. Oni Warriors, masters of punishing just the slightest of overextensions, and the Gladiators just did not read that play.
Unfortunately, there's nothing for me to break down there, Dave. The Gladiators tried to do a neutral camp, and they died to a 4-stack death ball rolling over them afterward. Pagon at least pushes out a few more waves, pushes his lead even further, now 2 levels over Snoopy on the other side. The Gladiators gotta find some sort of fight back, but 6,000 gold 13 minutes in, that's pretty significant.
Sure is.
Alarm bells certainly ringing. Charlie called it. Bobby would rather try and win and die trying than do nothing. Steps up into the enemy jungle, does not like what he sees. And with a TP coming near him, I think right to start backing his way out of there.
They end up actually working out for SOT, who knows that he can just keep farming things up over on right. Scary D's going to proxy out a wave. Sod will get his 9th
no.
of the game. Hear me?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Smith. It's happening again. The walls from Panatom, they have just been on it these last couple of minutes. Since the self-wall blunder, they've all been on point. And Sod was there to finish the kill during that moment anyway. Unfortunately,
Snoop's in
for
trouble.
the Gilded Gladiators, this Thor has just started to roll. Snoopy avoids a lot of the damage. We're tower diving. No, we're Phoenix diving. I gotta make sure I'm correct here. We're Phoenix diving. That 15 minutes. Panatom's still tanking up to tier 2. But this is how the Oni Warriors want to fight. They want you to overextend. They want to be able to rotate in. However, Gladiators got some low health bars they may be able to capitalize on. SOT playing with his food a bit, invading speed buff. While the dual lane of the Gilded Gladiator simply has to watch it. He will steal it away on top of it all.
And he goes back to pick it up. And he walks into the enemy Phoenix. No way, dude. Sot, stop, man. This is you've done too much. You've gone too far. I can't root for you if you're going to keep this
up. I want
up.
him to steal away Hear Me speed now.
He wouldn't.
Oh,
he wanted to.
He wanted to. He's in range. Pyromancer for the Oni Warriors, and maybe a 17, 18-minute Fire Giant after a reset.
You're joking.
Sod has just been on a world tour. He's gone from speed to speed.
You're joking.
Up and over towards Kirmi. Channel the Typhoon, and it doesn't matter. SOT laughing about it. 3-0-2 on the tier. And I'm thinking he is just fine with the push-pull combo from Scary D because Sod is just buying some space for his team to kill off the tower.
Is it a Fire Giant push now? Are we going for fire? I mean, Netroid's on this side of the map. It's not a tier 1. There are none left.
Sod's got TP.
He's got TP.
I don't know if you need him to immediately TP in, but...
Oh, he could walk over. Now he'll collect a wave. Jake shows up to the Fire Giant pit first. I mean, the Oni Warriors are so strong at this point. So favored in every fight.
Is it the 8,000 gold that's giving it away?
That might be the experience a bit as well.
Maybe the 11,000 experience.
Little column A, little column B. That's what I get paid the big bucks for, this analysis right here.
7,500 gold, call it 8,000.
Call it 8,000. Why not?
Man, the Gladiators, they showed us something great yesterday.
Oh, it's a Fire Giant play.
1640 on the Fire Giant pull from the Oni Warriors. They've got a Runic Bomb and only 2 members of the Gladiators here on right.
I think he's dead.
Well, he's going to be. Wall will keep him in place, and another one for SOT. Scary D has used the beads. He's dashed away.
Maybe they can get a Phoenix, try for a steal. I don't think you're defending this.
Snoopy is your chance at a steal here because Pagon is brawling with your solo laner. Feeling okay about it. Where's the Runic Bomb?
Oh, they have no idea Snoop's there.
So, I mean, this is as coin flippy as it gets for Snoopy. He's got burst damage.
They're not even
The Oni
checking.
Warriors have delayed it. Netrioid's got the last bit of damage. Fire Giant to the Oni Warriors. It was close. Snoopy had a look at it, but Snoopy doesn't get it. Panatom chasing down Scary D as well, and what's worse, the two members of the Gilded Gladiators on left did not even finish off that tier 2 tower.
Saw TP to it.
Snoopy just about to
Wow.
get his beads and Aegis back. Might not have mattered anyway. Snoopy not only didn't get the steal, but gave another kill to Panatom.
And Panatom did it the most disrespectful way possible. He had his whole kit. He could have spinned. He could have walled for more stun. He just autoed 3 times. And he made it look good, didn't he? Simple.
All right, we've come a bit unhinged in game 2 here. Not you and I think the game just in general.
Maybe a bit of us as well.
Well,
Oh, no.
we're warranted
he's
because
dead.
this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And this is unfortunate, really. The Gilded Gladiators, they hung in there yesterday. You guys at home should have seen Miff's reaction just now. Like, stomach tensed and he belted forward. I'm assuming it's because Sod is controlling 3 members of the Gilded Gladiators.
Dude, son, this is not okay.
Look, it's unfortunate. The Gladiators went 3. They beat the Kings yesterday, and you're hoping that that's a springboard point for this team.
Oh, man.
The Oni Warriors have reminded them why they're undefeated.
Someone's got to punish
And
them.
Sot reminding the Gilded Gladiators why the Warriors have lost a game or 2 throughout the year. Snoopy's got the second
There it
kill in this
is.
skirmish back. A needed breath of air for the Gilded Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The Oni Warriors go back in.
He's got
Despite
wall
a
still.
5 versus 3, dodges out the burst from Snoopy. A double kill from Netrioid. And it's only the carries for the Gladiators. After what was a miraculous defense, the damage is simply too overwhelming.
And where did that lead us? Right back to Pagon on Phoenix line, pushing it on his own. Now with Panatom as well. This one should go down. A wall hammer combo kills either of these two, but it's the Phoenix that falls instead.
Snoopy gets a kill onto Panatom. Panatom maybe wants to reset anyway. Now this is vintage. Oh no.
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah, that's good from Sot. Up and over he goes. He is controlling the Gilded Gladiators. 4 members of the Glads.
He does not win
Looking
this.
at 1 2. No, he doesn't win it, but does he get out alive?
He wins this!
A double
Okay,
push.
he doesn't win this.
The pull from inbound delays out this fight. He is styling on the Gilded Gladiators. He'll die.
Come on.
Takes a minute. He's laughing about it, Sot is. That's my fantasy solo laner. Thank you very much.
He's put another death in there. You're
Sad.
welcome.
Real sad. He got a kill, though, on his way out, which is worth more. Oni Warriors sometimes liable to josh around a bit, to have a bit of a joke.
Have a bit of a joking, yep.
But look, there's got to be just one more reset here. Gladiators are 12,000 gold down.
Is that true? Oh my God, it's true.
Well, they're 11.8. Call it 12.
God.
This has got to be a closeout type moment.
Oh, Kirmi's dead.
Oh, yeah. Look at the flicker. Look at the transformation.
Oh,
Look at the typhoon.
no, that's my fantasy mid laner.
No, he's only got 2 kills though. But Sot's got more
0
points.
deaths.
Sot's got more points for
assists.
sure. No, but I think that I have no idea.
Top damage.
Are there points for top
I
damage?
gotta hope so.
All right, so now with this game almost certainly being over in favor of the Oni Warriors, Miff and I just completely biased rooting for our fantasy points.
We're gonna clock out just now. You guys can finish this one without us.
That's right. Who's playing chat this week? Trelly maybe?
Nice. Yeah.
No, Trelly played him.
Dude,
week
Sot can't
1.
keep this up, man. This is getting
I think
ridiculous.
Sot wants to try, because, you know, last time he was low. I think Sot at full HP, yeah, he thinks he might fare a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude,
He
just
did-
walk out.
He didn't die. Well, he did. He did.
He's picking up speed.
Oh, yeah.
That's his.
Ooh, he got it. All right, Oni Warriors. Yeah, Fire Giant respawning.
It's on the way. Netroid's
No, they're
working
doing
on
it already.
Yep.
2 of them did it. The duo lane of the Oni Warriors did it.
At least someone's focused this game.
You got to do it. If you're going to make these plays happen, you need a Fire Giant around your waist. In a sea, in an ocean of 35-plus minute games, the Oni Warriors have really laid down the gauntlet here in Game 2. Unfortunately, it's been too heavy for the Gilded Gladiators to
Sot's
pick back
being
up.
so dangerous. OSHA's gotta hate this.
So I guess he's clocked in. This is his job. Really, this all opens up, it feels like, one Panatom moment. but Panatom is just walking down the right side. Wall off onto one. A little bit of poke damage. Scared E's feeling mighty squishy right now. Sot shoves Stewart back, gets the beads. Off the Marty, Scared E loses his beads to that same tier. A tier 2 and a Phoenix on left. The Oni Warriors with the Runic Bomb, they might just want to test their odds. Up against a Titan, Scared E shoved aside. Stuns, forces cleanses. Awesome Jake plays that very well. Would have been a double stun thanks to Snoopy. Netroid tanks up the tower, why not? And one more Phoenix left on the map.
Dave, I appreciate you not asking me any hard questions like where's the comeback or how you deal with
Look,
this.
I can read a room.
Thanks.
Right? Sada's walking.
Sod has
at
been here
4.
the last 6 minutes.
Sada spent more time in the Gladiator's base than he has his own. A double wild hunt with some shred from Pagon might seal out this game. Kirmi desperately searching for a kill, for some damage. But
Oh, I got him.
an assist from Panatom at least sends one kill back. You've got Netrioid, and you've got 4 members alive. Mid Phoenix is back, and that'll be the target here for the Oni Warriors. And this is where the Oni Warriors are really good at baiting out the Gladiators, saying, all right, come on, we're backing up. And then ending the game right after. Rampage for Netrioid.
You wrote it up.
And a game 2 and set win for the Oni Warriors, who remain spotless.
The Oni Warriors, I mean, it just looks like fun when they play, doesn't it? Watching the Oni Warriors more than any other team in the league makes me want to go home, play Smite, queue up a cat.